Hi guys, today we will work on m- matte checkbox. So we will try to work with native HTML checkbox as well as matte Angular materials matte checkbox, and we can try using ng model as well as form control. Know how it works with ng model as well as with form control. Let's get started. So I'm opening in code editor VS Code. Then I will create a new project. I need routing. I go for CSS. So I will move towards the folder. So I go for selecting a terminal and I will add Angular material. The version of the Angular that I'm working with is 14. So I'm installing Angular material 14.2.7, and the port right now, if you serve it, it runs at 4200, but I need it to be 55, so I'm changing it. Port is 5500. So I'll give yes. Then Indigo. No, I don't need typography and include animation. The plan is I'm going to work with feature module. So I'm going to create. So these are the folders. I mean, these are the files where after the Angular has installed, it would have updated some infos in here. So I'm going to create a module, when feature module, and update in app module. So the feature module with the routing module, then component.html, component.ts, and component.css is created. And moreover, it would have updated the app routing module with this lazy loading path. And right now I have some lib check issue, so I will disable it. I go to Chrome and go for Angular material, and in the components, I go for version 14.2.7, and in the components, I will go for radio, but sorry, checkbox. So we'll take a basic checkbox. So I will update the HTML file with that, and then we need to add an API. So I go to the feature module, declare it, and update the imports. As discussed earlier, I will be working both on ng model as well as reactive. So I need to add forms module. Then we need to add reactive forms module. Then we need to add HTTP client module. And I added this HTTP client module. And I copied. Did the same in app module also. And meanwhile, what I plan to do is I clear this, then create a router link. And the path is going to be check. So I'll close all. We'll check running, serving it once. It takes some time for it to serve. So meanwhile, what we can do is I go inside the checkmate folder, generate service, so checkmate service. So this will create a service under the folder check-mat. Checkbox will have two things. One is the value, and the other one is the ng model or the form control. So basically, I'm going to create a model for this. Model in the sense I'm just going to create a dummy data with this info. So the service dot created. I'll check whether it runs. Started. So I will create a folder here. Then inside this folder we will create a file, then .json. So it is going to be an array. So it has three things. One is the label. So this label is used for displaying what that radio button is for, and the second one goes for telling like whether it is selected or not. So by default I'll go for false. Then I go for data bind. So this is for like when you select what should be the value here, what should be the value, and use this. I will create four of this type. The second one can be outpatient. Then go for physician. Then rehabilitation. So we use that serving spare time for creating this dummy data. Meanwhile, we will check whether it's getting lazy loaded. Localhost 5500. So on the network, we'll click on this. So you can see it lazy loaded those modules, and these things came into picture. That radio, mat radio buttons came into picture. So I will create a break tag over here. Then I will call this dummy data via service of checkmate. So I go for creating a method. Then here I will go for get any array. In some part we will discuss how can we use model in this any array, because we can all, if I'm not wrong, we can use the model also there. Right now, the type of the data what I'm going to send is any type, because I didn't create any model. And center assets data slash send. So I'll go into math component, and here I will the data service dot get data dot subscribe. So we'll go for console.log data to check whether it comes. If there is any error, we have this console.log error, and we have another one for complete, but for now I'm not using it. So we'll check. You can see it got those dummy data made available into the component. So right now we will use this data to create uh, checkbox dynamically. So we'll create an h3 tag. Now I am going to use ng model for mat check as well as the native HTML checkbox. So I'll create a for loop. Then inside that I will create a mat checkbox. So I can go over there, copy one mat checkbox, paste it over here. Then using the dummy data, we will we'll create multiple checkboxes. Then we have value. Then we have ng model. Then we can create the label directly also. Because in the data, dummy data, we have the label. So this is the bone structure of a mat checkbox. So what I will do is I'll create a variable. Array is equal to array. Then I will use this for creating a for loop. So the value is going to be, I think best is you go this way because so the data is going to be value is going to be data bind. Then ng model is going to be selected. Then the label is going to be the label. So if you can see, I think four will be created. Oh, nothing is there. I think maybe I didn't save. Okay, because I didn't assign it. So I can see we got our checkboxes generated dynamically. Then what we can plan to do is we will try to reset this checkbox. So I'll create a button and in that I will go for a click. Then checkbox is the method. Which I have created, which I will create. Then G model. And I will copy this. Then I will take this. What I will do is on this checkboxes dot for each. I'll just check whether if it is selected, and if it is selected, then I will make it a false. Just using a spread operator for the object. Then I go for dot false. So once it is spread, then I'm assigning the value of x dot selected to false. I'm not wrong, it should be this way. Because once it is spread, then what happens is that we'll get um, data bind, label, and selected as three different properties. And so out of that, in the selected, I need x dot selected should be false. So I'll click it so you can see got reset. And the other thing which I'm planning to do right now is like basically you get data from the API and you want uh, it to set automatically, if from the API if the result is going to be any of these things like inpatient, outpatient, or any of them are already selected, and if it is in the backend and you get a value via API and you need to fix it over here, then what you can do is right. I'm just trying to fix it true directly, but you can go for reading the API and take for instance if data is the result and inside the data if you have any values which is supposed to be assigned to this particular checkboxes, then use some if else conditions and based on that you can assign it the same way. So once that is done, you can see everything will get checked automatically. Then you can go for reset. You can also select whichever you need. And right now, I think we are done with match checkbox. Right now, we will move to native checkbox, which is available in the HTML elements. And after that, then we'll go for how to go for change detection. I'm going to use the same thing. Input type is equal to checkbox. Then value is going to be same data bind. Then ng model is also going to be checkbox dot selected and the checkbox dot label. So rest of the things remains the same. Then I'll go for creating a button for resetting this also. I'll use the same way only actually. So there's nothing much to do on this. So if you save this, okay, delete this then I'll create a span. So you can use span or label also. So on the 8, close where the tag. So it should be small. So right now we can see it again came here using native. I can reset it and check it. So right now we will plan for change the direction on this. So I'm going to incorporate another one method on ng model change. Check change. Use the same method for then I'll pass on two variables actually. Then it's easy to find out uh, which one got selected and so we can have a track on the value actually. So I'm going to pass on this data bind. For now it can be this way. So I'm going to take it as data bind directly. Still it comes as string, but for me I plan for two arguments. Should this be okay? Okay, then what I'll plan is I'll check whether it is selected or if it is selected or and if the current value is 1 or 2 or something like that, then based on that I will try to get the data bind value actually. So and event. So I'm going to create a variable like selected checkboxes. So we need to track on what are the checkboxes which got selected and deselected. You know. So then I go for total selected checkboxes dot push. I'll push data bind, so we know what is the value, and this one the event is going to be true. I'll see if I will take data bind is true, and if the event is false, then what I will do is I will try to take it off. That means you have unchecked it. Mm, okay, I'll go for filter. Equal to 0, 1. So what I mean to tell is like, basically when you are clicking selecting the first one, it will add 0, 1 to the selected checks. So meanwhile, when you uncheck, you need to remove that 0, 1 out. So that is what happening here. So meanwhile, I'll use the copy paste or because the code remains the same actually, but we need to go for different values. And we will see, log it and check because you can see the values get appended and removed based on selection and deselection. Okay, I'll remove all these things because you know if at all I remove this, okay, I'll create a different method. Because both the methods of are using the both mat and HTML is using the same method, so it's getting overridden. So I think this should be okay. It's the value. To change the checkbox. Okay, for now I will comment this actually because it should be a different variable actually. Okay, so now I will replace all the so I will add everywhere and here I will add HTML. So I think this should be enough. And one more thing I forgot to do. Okay, I will check whether it takes off at least. It's ticking down. So we'll go one by one actually. Just remove this. Reset it. Okay, now we can find out. That point is equal to 0, 1. Okay, this true and data point is going to be 0, 1. Okay, I didn't change this. This should be 0, 4. Okay, I'll remove this and I'll make it run. So we can go for selecting 1, 2, 3, and 4. And meanwhile, if you go from deselect up, then you can see. So this is how we can make the on change detection, and meanwhile this is no issue. So again I have the same problem here. So you can check here also. Yeah, okay. Check why it is not because I didn't add it. To use it here. Once that is done, then probably this is more than sufficient. 4, 2, 3, 4. Reset. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is getting repeatedly added. So what I'm planning to do now is I need to clear this. So when I go inside the reset checkbox, I will reset both. So we can start from this start. And so let me check what is also. So I reset 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. So you can do whatever you want here and reset also. So this is how you can work with checkboxes using ng model on mat checkbox as well as HTML native checkbox. Right now we will move ahead and try to work with the forms reactive module. So I'll copy the same, paste it here, and I will give you some horizontal. So this differentiates. Reactive. So I'm going to make this ng model as form control, and this ng model change is going to be just a change. On check, I will make the method like this, and I will copy the same, set here, and I will make reactive. You can try reusing the same method actually, but since it triggers additional debugging, I'm not interested in doing that right now. So I will replace form control name. Since this is a form control, we need to create a form, form group for that. Just make the name form. So using this form, you can access all these controls. My plan is going dynamic way, so we'll make it dynamic. So I will create two methods. Because you need to check the data type before only. If you're sending Boolean or some other values to this event, then else you'll get a runtime error. So rather than getting those errors, I just plan to use any. So this method is done, and we need to create a form. Group. And we know the data is 4, right? We have 4 datas in the array. So I'm going to dynamically create 4 form controls. And since we need one for one for HTML and one for mat, so we'll create two. Uses because this from here we can get the data. Then what I will do is using that form I will add control and control, and the name which I am going to give is reactive for the first one, mat. from control. This is the initial value. I'm going to give it. Then what I do is, then for the HTML element, I'll do the same. So I copy this and then set the form control name. I will use that. So we need to get the index of it. You can have that I here. The same is applicable for this one also. HTML one. And here the name is going to be, form control name is in HTML. I think this is more than sufficient. We have created dynamically. Form checkbox reactive mat 0, mat 1, mat 2. So I'll check once. Check once. Then checkboxes dot length x plus plus. Okay, made a mistake actually, because this will mix both. Because we need in the same. What happened now? The HTML index. Okay, we'll go one by one now. Cannot find control with the name. Okay, let's see. Let's be some name here. Controls, nothing got added. Yes, Why? Because these things will get created before OD, because this is an async call. So I need to create this inside. So I'll move it to here. So this will remove those errors if I'm not wrong. Mhm. I think the way the naming got is wrong. This should be backticks. Now you can see everything here. You can see also in the controls. For HTML it has created first, then for the mat it has created. I think now you can use the same also. Let's check once. Yeah, it works. Now you can see HTML then mat. So now we will check. Now we'll start resetting the individual controls, and then we can dynamically update the check controls, main check boxes. Then we will attend to on changes. Okay, so checkbox, math checkbox. Then the second one is then we will try to reset it. Contains and controls. Go for patch value, and I go for false. So this is a manual way of resetting it, because all these places we have gone dynamic. But here, if you're interested, you can go. And, but for me, if you ask me, you'll have only around 10 or 10 in the sense, I mean, 5 or 6 radio checkboxes at a matter of time. Maybe if your requirement changes for more than that, then you try to dynamically do this. and I go for select it all together. Then I will go connectivity. Then once the form is created, then I will dynamically update it to true. So this will dynamically update patch value. Okay, that variable is not there, so it should be 2 3. 2 3 1 2 3. So you can see it got updated automatically when the component loads. Now we need to check why this is not working. Yeah, it will not work because actually the event is going to be different here. If you can see, I will show you what I mean actually. I will see. Why it is not taking it. Okay, because I didn't save it. So now it will work because I didn't save actually. Then you can go for individual checks also. Reset, reset. Then we'll work on this reactive map change and the HTML change. So this is the one which is going to attend on change. So we can use the same code and the data band remains the same and the event is going to be like, it's going to be event dot value, sorry, event dot target dot checked. So this is going to be the fun for mat mat related one. It is going to be event dot checked And for HTML, it is going to be event.target.checked, because if you can, I'll show you after I log it. So I'll change all those things. I'll show you, because once you click on it, that is the data it is going to show you. And for this one, HTML element, it is going to be event.target.checked. So I'll show you what it means actually. So the dollar event, what we have added in the HTML for mat reactive module, it is going to be like, uh, can check it. If you can see the event, it has checked. I mean, this there is a property called checked there, so that I am using here. So first we will reset it, then we'll start with that. Better to go with a different variable, but still we'll check whether it works or not. Because we have the same array what we are using for this one, and this one is getting duplicated here. So we'll run it. Still, if we don't do anything on this, it should work proper actually. 4, 2, 1, 4, and you can reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, reset. Okay, I need to, because here also I need to reset that the HTMLs. Sorry, the arrays. So reset, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here also same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you know what I mean? We need to reinitialize the array there actually, or else it will keep on appending. Or you need to find a, solution like you used to. It should be unique. Either you filter, or if the value is already there, you can delete it, or it's up to your thinking actually, but for me, right now I plan for going for different variables. So right now it works fine. For okay, I will show you on that thing actually because right now the first one that you are seeing here, this selected one is for that one actually. So I will replace it. I'll take a copy of this. Selected. So it will not interfere on the others, so you can select everything. This is for mat. And the next one for HTML. So this will not take the mix up the data actually, since you have a separate array for each individual ones. So if you can see here, I can remove. Right now you don't see anything because actually I'm just trying to remove it actually. But initial state itself it's already checked. So basically when you submit, you need to filter based on checked, and then you need to uh, send it to the backend API. Right now I'm discussing only about on changes, reset, and other things. So if you can see here, this will not mix up anything. And that's it, guys. Thank you.